What's good? What's good? We're gonna be doing some reacts, and then we're gonna get into some games. We're probably gonna do some Fortnite, maybe some Marvel Rivals. All right, all right. What's going on, chat? What's up? What's up, man? How are you doing today? How are you doing today? What's up? What's up? Oh yeah. You down to join for Marvel Rivals later? Probably in a good like hour and a half. Bet, bet. Yo, what's up? What's up? In a good few minutes, like 2 minutes or so, we're gonna get into a body cam react. Um, I'll actually pull up the videos now. So we're gonna start on this video. Man turns routine stop into his worst night ever, right? And then from here, we're gonna go into most unlikely heroes in history. After that, we're getting into might be the worst review I've ever seen, Penguin Zero video. Yo, 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 what are we talking about? What are we talking about? After the Penguin Zero Cup, we're gonna get into the internet's most hated streamer, Tom EMFG video. Gonna be heat. But no, but no. What are y'all up to? What are y'all up to? Just chilling. Cause I'm chilling. How are you doing? How are y'all doing? How are y'all doing today? If I can squeeze in some suggestions, I can. Then I will. I'll watch some suggestions if they're good. Also, if they're good, I'll do some suggestions. I'll do some suggestions. Just Oh, god dang it, bro. I was gonna link my... man. If you have me added on Discord, just send me it there. If you don't, then, whisper it to me on Twitch. I think I can find out how to get there. Because it was kind of hard finding the videos I just found, in my opinion. But when we get to these videos, then we're going into some gaming, some random games. Fortnite, maybe Marvel Rivals, might do some other games afterwards. Honestly, might run some horsey game if y'all know what that is. If y'all know what horsey game is, I might run some horsey game. All right. Let me copy that. I'm not gonna do this forever, by the way. So don't send links in the Twitch chat. That's kind of not a good idea. Okay. Oh, bet. I might be able to run this video. Yeah, I'll save it. I might be able to run this video in the stream today. I don't know. I'm already kind of crammed time-wise. I'm in a stream like 9 p.m. EST or so, sometime around then. So I'm a little bit rushed on time for reacts, at least. I'm gonna do a little bit of gaming after, so let me turn the music down a tad. But yeah, I'd be down to run this video. Thank you for suggesting it. Thank you for suggesting. We might get started now. We might get into this. We might get right in. All right. Man turns routine stop into his worst night ever. I'm ready to get into this. I'm excited. I'm ready to see what's up with this. Let me know if there's anything wrong with it, because this is the first time I've tested this scene, so I'm not sure if it's working.
No more! Put it off now!
This is Mark, and he was involved in a domestic disturbance just a few hours ago. All officers want to do is speak with him, but he is not going to make that easy.
Hands up! Hands up! Stop!
Around 10:13 p.m. on February 3rd, 2024, Sparta police officers respond to a domestic disturbance in an area in Sparta, Wisconsin, hoping to resolve the situation quickly. But when they learn the suspect has fled,
Hold on. What is happening in Wisconsin? I like rarely hear anything happening in Wisconsin. So I'm ready to see this.
Incident escalates into a pursuit that will not end soon. The suspect is 38-year-old Mark Topness, and police are already familiar with him. This will not be the first time he stops during the chase, but if officers believe he will surrender, they are mistaken.
Turned into an address. You're back eastbound on Jansen. Turned off his lights again.
He's running. He's running.
44 row. Contact state control as well. 1050, about 2 miles west of my, or east of my.
Oh, is that him? Is that him?
Turn the vehicle off!
Is he in there?
Hands out the window now! Not here, not running. Put your hands out the
said
window!
I'm not here. What is this dude talking about?
Just advise if you need EMS that way.
Negative, not yet. Show us your hands. Do it now.
What is this guy talking about? Is this guy on something? No, I'm being serious. Is this guy on something right now? He sounds like incoherent as crap. Look-y.
Monroe, we got a high-risk stop here.
Oh, he's tweaking. Oh, he's tweaking for sure.
I told you we could have talked about it, Mark.
35 to 60. 32's got the 38 mil, and I've got the dog. We're about 5 to 4 out.
10-4. If you're coming westbound from 71, just be wary of crossfire here. We're facing eastbound.
Okay.
Well, then just get out of the car then.
Put your hands out the window.
I'm not going to put my hands out the window. I'll just get out of the car.
Then get out of the car.
Yo.
For 1043, he's advising he has a 1032.
What is this guy talking about, man?
We're not trying to be disrespectful, Mark. I didn't tell you to bow down. I just told you we could
He's
talk
just
about it.
saying stuff, bro.
Okay, so put your hands out the window.
35 60. If he's going to be armed and barricaded, do you want SWAT assistance then?
Yeah, probably at this point.
Mark.
Oh, it's Mark.
44 Monroe. He's trying to
yeah.
take off again. He's currently driving through a cornfield trying to make up an embankment.
I really don't know if he's gonna make this.
As Mark leaves yet again, it will not be the last time. And with each stop, his anger and frustration with
Oh,
the
he's getting
officers
chased.
will
He's
only
not getting
grow.
out of here. He's not getting out of here.
Mark, just stop.
Bro. What is this guy doing? What is this guy doing, bro?
Turn around. Turn around.
44 Monroe, we're stopped again. He's out of.
I just gotta take a moment of silence and say this guy is like absolutely hard tweaking right now. He's gotta be off of like, I don't know. I just know he's gotta be off of something right now. He's gotta be off of something right now.
Car. He's still not compliant with orders.
Turn around.
Bro. Bro, what?
Please turn around, Mark. Please turn around. Thank you. Stop, Mark.
Mark, please stop.
Oh my god, bro. Bro, what?
I asked you, please.
He's back in the car now.
Subject is now back in the vehicle.
He ain't gonna get up there.
No.
No chance.
This is disappointing to watch, low-key.
From no, he's driving around in the cornfield right now.
Oops.
He's driving around in a cornfield.
For a vehicle driving around in a cornfield south side of Jansen with its lights off.
Bro.
44, keep eyes. I'm gonna try to cut it off.
As more officers join the pursuit, the chase comes to a sudden end, but it will only be the beginning of the stunts Mark will go on to pull.
4 Monroe. Right, 3560 is right in front of me.
I just cannot understand this one bit, low-key. I don't know, man. Oh. Bro. Like I what is this guy expecting to do? Like, does he think he's about to get away? Like, he is not getting out of this. He is not getting out of this. Bro.
No more! No more! Don't f***ing move! No more! Don't move! Turn it off now!
He's going.
Bro.
Don't move. Give up. Don't. Throw me your hands now. You will be shot. You will be shot. He's gonna go. He's gonna go. Hands up. Hands up.
Yeah, he's mentally unstable. I feel bad for him though. Like, I bet he's going through something. If he ain't, then he's just.
Oh my god, that hurts! Oh my god!
Did he just say he shooted me? Bro.
Oh my god, that hurts!
Oh my god, that hurts.
Oh my god!
Oh wow. Oh wow.
No, take him. Take him. Take him. Bite him. Take him. Rebel, take him.
Oh, there you go.
Take him.
I'm coming up.
On the ground. Don't move.
There we go.
Don't move. All right.
Thank you.
Take over. Take over.
Thank you.
I got head.
We got him. We got him. We got him.
I got head.
No, you don't have.
Thank you, bro.
I got your thumb. Let me go. I'll let you go.
What?
No, I'll let you.
Wait. Wait. Does he have like a power complex, bro? Like he thinks that he's like in power right now. I don't understand. Like he's on something. He's on something right now. Most definitely, he's on like multiple things.
Go. You let me go. No.
He said, "You let me go, I'll let you go."
Stop resisting. Stop resisting, dude.
Alright.
You are under arrest. Stop
Yeah, I know I'm good.
resisting.
You guys are still a bunch of.
Hands behind your back.
Get your arm out.
Put your
Bro.
hands behind your back.
Get your arm out.
Grab my hand. You're not even
I'm gonna
trying.
OC you if you don't give that arm.
You're not
I'm
trying.
gonna OC you if you don't give that arm up.
I did.
Give it up.
I already have.
You're under arrest.
For what?
Fleeing and eluding and all the other
With Mark finally in custody, it may seem like the incident is coming to a close, but officers do not yet realize that getting him to comply will be nearly impossible.
Oh my god, bro, he's still trying to get out of this, or at least being annoying on purpose, bro.
That's all good, bro.
Second Battalion Foot Marines, of course you didn't get hurt. I'm the only one of you guys that actually know about this country.
What?
do you guys do? What, let some Mexicans cross the border?
Oh my
What have you guys
god,
done?
bro.
How about you pick?
Oh man. He's just man. Like he's just saying stuff to say. It's noise pollution, bro. It's noise pollution. Holy.
Yeah, it's cold down here.
Nah, you're gonna stay there, bro.
Really, because that's
Bro.
not true and
Bro said
unusual,
bro.
policeman.
Nope.
No, it's not. It's not true and
isn't.
unusual.
It is not.
Really.
No, it's not.
Well, 32 degrees. You're.
Yeah, but you're in Wisconsin, man. That's perfectly usual.
I'm sorry.
It's always this cold in Wisconsin, dude. You're good.
Okay.
Come on, man.
Mark, we gotta pull up your pants, man, alright?
Wow. Someone
so you
has
like-
some respect. You literally kept me on the ground by against the ground.
Bro, what? He's just seriously saying stuff to say it.
We've always gotten along, man. I don't
Yeah.
know why you couldn't just work with us earlier, man. So I was trying to tell you.
Bro, Molly is like.
I get you guys got your own relationship problems, man, but
You guys didn't need to call the cops. Like, you guys didn't need to
running
come
from
out.
us, man, that's what I'm getting at here.
I don't care. It's my company vehicle. I'm already dead.
What? Okay, yeah.
I'm going to. You guys can come to my funeral.
Oh,
I promise you.
Hey, man, we're all gonna die. We just don't want you
So I'm coming to my funeral.
What?
Quick. Look, I'll be decent to this guy. Stop.
I want to
Stop.
roll you towards me, okay?
Look, I can stand up on my own. Let me pull
No, you
out
can't.
hands up.
No, you
Like,
can't.
show me a little bit of decency.
Ready?
Well,
Okay,
no,
slide your feet out.
it's not
Let's
that.
sit you up.
What am I supposed to do? Like, I fell asleep in a bar. No. Pull my pants up. Give me some respect.
Yeah, Mark.
Pull my pants up. I'm the person you guys should study.
We're gonna go to my car now, alright?
Look, you're too damn, like, you hate me.
I don't hate you, Mark.
Bro, you've been f***ing me over too damn long.
Mark,
What?
I'm gonna kill the whole family.
Was?
Mark.
Was?
Indirectly.
No.
Indirectly.
Nobody's hurt.
No, I'm gonna f*** his wife.
Good. You good?
And I'm not gonna actually him.
Nice work. I'm upset that he didn't bite him, but he's young. He's young. He's a young dog.
Yeah. How is that a felony? I didn't threaten him.
Enforcement officer, my man. That's a felony.
I mean, like, if you ever f*** my wife, I'd feel the same way. It wouldn't matter. Like, regardless, like, intent is what is the actual definition of what it is. No, no, intent.
What is this guy? No, like, seriously, what is this guy talking about? Like, I'm, like, practically zoning out, bro. He's got, like, it's actually noise pollution. Like, what I said before is actually noise pollution, what I'm hearing right now. So serious right now. So serious. This is just noise pollution.
Why don't you just leave me alone?
Leave him alone.
This isn't gonna drink.
Definitely. Definitely.
And I was doing better. I mean, you like, she would not.
Mark, we're gonna go take a seat.
I love her. I love her.
I know you do.
I love her. I love her. I know I did it. I'm stupid.
I understand.
What am I supposed to do?
But this might still
Yo.
Touch my
That's a
cock.
crazy name, bro. That's a crazy name. Epstein Descendant 1. Hold on. Yo, what's up, Epstein Descendant 1, bro? I don't even... Am I allowed to say that on stream? I'm allowed to say that on stream, but... What's up? What's up? What's up? We're watching, man turns routine stop into his worst night ever right now. It's a vibe so far. This guy is acting very stupid. He's acting incoherent. He's definitely off some... I mean, sure, but I think we're full on videos right now. You can go ahead and still suggest something, but we're full today, at least. It's my fault, honestly. I kind of crammed my schedule up for today. No. It's not because of your name, Epstein Descendant 1, bro. You're cool. But I'm telling you, if I had more space, like somebody just suggested a video and I told them that they'd have to wait. But they did suggest a good video though, so I will be checking it out some other day, if not today. But if you want to, you can come chill. You can get in on this. We're watching this, and then after we're watching, I'll show you. After this, we're checking out Most Unlikely Heroes in History. After that, Moist Critical, and then Internet's Most Hated Streamer. This is the video that the other person suggested, but we might not make it to it today. After this, we're going into some Fortnite and maybe Marvel Rivals. I'm interchanging the two. It could be either or. But I'm looking to get in some gaming too after the reacts. If you're down to stay, that'd be cool. Having a nice new face in the stream is always a vibe. Let's get back to the video. I'll actually go back a little bit.
But this might still be a little bit. Yeah, they're a little bit.
Touch my cock.
No.
Touch me.
Stop.
Leave me alone.
Stop. Mark.
Bro, leave me alone.
You're calm, we're calm.
I was calm
You're
before.
calm,
Bro, it's not calm, by the way.
Just touch my...
I touch your cuffs. I touch your
Why is he tweaking over that, Loki? Like, why is he
Make sure they're
tweaking?
properly fit. They're a little
Why
loose.
is
We're
this-
gonna get them tighter.
They're good.
Sit still.
I'm not gonna f anything
Sit
up.
still for
Leave
me.
me alone.
Bro.
You gotta
Don't
sit still.
touch me, rapist.
You gotta sit still.
Don't you touch me. We were good. I stopped on my own.
Listen, dude.
Bro, I
I
stopped
just
on
need
my
to
own.
check them. I can get my whole finger in there.
I
okay?
already know
Can
I'm
you
gonna
sit
fail my
still?
job. Leave me alone.
Like, this guy's so incoherent, man.
Look, leave me the f
Just
alone.
need to get these a little bit tighter.
Tighter.
Yes. They're
Putting
too
in my
loose.
wrist.
They're too loose.
Stop.
They're
Stop
too
the
loose.
my ass.
They're too loose.
Do you have these on? Really?
Slide down, take him.
Cuffs on.
Hold on, Mark. Stop.
Really?
Yo.
To the ground?
Yeah.
Listen, stop.
Stop. You guys are manhandling me.
Pull his legs out. Thank you.
Like he did not need to do all that. Like he needs to like calm down.
Well, if you stop fighting, we'd stop hurting you. They have to be properly fit, Mark. Ready, Mark? Up. Thank you.
Like I mean, I like to think that he was just at the bar for a really long time, but like at the same time, I've got like it's like conflicting thoughts. Like I'm kind of thinking half. Like maybe he was doing something else. Maybe he was doing something else. But that's just me. I don't know.
I'm so lucky. If I could,
Yeah. It was. Mark, no. Don't antagonize. Don't get involved in it, Mihai. Just
no. Don't let him talk.
Mark, spin.
Why don't, sir? You're a sheriff. You're in charge of these people. Take him. No.
Mark, we need
What?
to get your feet in. You're
What?
under arrest,
Thank
okay?
you.
Please get your feet in. Kick your feet in.
I'm going to
I'm
listen
Sergeant
to
Hefner.
you.
Kick your feet in, please.
Thank you. You are
Kick him in.
ahead of him, right?
I am in charge of him, yes.
What's he allowed to do with it? No, he is not.
Please, kick your feet in.
Sir.
Mark.
Yeah,
Sir, is that okay?
this is a supervisor.
Mark,
He's
we will
allowed
later.
to do
no,
that.
No, I want
Listen,
justice.
This is not the time or the place, okay?
No,
we
it
can
is.
talk about it later. But you're under arrest right now. Please don't prolong this any longer. Kick your feet in.
I will.
Kick your feet in.
That is
Thank you,
not
buddy.
justice.
Kick your feet in. Thank you.
Man,
He was. That
this
was
guy's
not
a
justice.
nutcase, dude.
He's not allowed to
He's got another-
manhandle me like that.
Thank you, Mark.
That dude is a bully and a brute, and he needs to
Like
go to
four-
jail.
Watch your head. Watch your head, Mark.
4 minutes or so left.
All right. Sorry I rushed the takedown, but I had the loose dog, and I needed to get that done before we had somebody else getting bit.
We're out of options anyway.
Given Mark's state,
I'm gonna ask a question real quick. What are the odds that he's still tweaking in the police department? What are the odds? What are the odds?
officers bring him to the hospital for mandatory blood work. But more than convincing him to take the test, even getting him to step out of the car or explaining the law proves to be a far greater challenge.
Right now, you're under arrest for OWI, okay? You got other stuff. Part of this process is a blood draw. You refuse the blood draw, which is your right. But Officer Ryan Schmidt applied for a search warrant for your blood, which has been granted by a judge.
I wasn't able to talk to my attorney.
So that's not how that process works.
Regardless, yes,
so,
it
but
is.
you have your ability to argue that in court, okay?
No, I have my ability to argue it right now. Like
as of right now, the warrant though.
No, the warrant does not stick.
Hold on.
I tried to talk to the judge. He would not let me. I have every ability to apply for my rights. I know my rights.
So as of right now, okay.
Call my attorney.
That doesn't work right now.
Yeah, it does.
I'm trying to be reasonable with you, okay? Seriously.
You're not being reasonable.
So part of your process
Tad
is you
bit
have
more
due process,
coherent
right?
than
You have the right
before.
to an attorney, okay?
Correct.
And you can have that attorney bring up any sorts of issues that you
How
have with
can
this
I
entire
give
process.
my authorization to get my blood draw when I don't care?
You didn't, yeah, I know you didn't give it. So we applied for a search warrant from a judge.
He can apply for a search warrant, but I can counter that search warrant by calling to a judge.
So it was granted by the judge.
He did not speak to my attorney.
So what happens is we go into the hospital, we do the blood
No,
draw.
my attorney is allowed first rights to speak to my
Bro,
judge.
holy.
I'm an attorney in the search warrant.
Holy.
Bullshit.
So
I know my rights.
I hear you.
Then call him.
Nope.
Call my attorney.
That's not part of this process.
Call the judge.
Okay, an attorney where you
Call
want
the judge.
where you want to have an attorney present.
Call
that's
the
for questioning.
judge.
It's
That
not
is
for
We're not
questioning.
questioning.
quite
I
the
don't
thing
care.
to say.
It's for taking a physical specimen from my body. I am allowed an attorney at present.
No, not.
No,
for that.
yes, I am.
No, I promise.
Bullshit.
I promise.
Then call the
wouldn't
judge
lie
and
to you.
ask him.
I wouldn't
Call
lie
him.
So,
Call the judge and
I
ask
guess
him.
I have one simple question for you, sir. Okay. Are you going to comply with our request to go inside and take
I
the
don't
blood?
know. I don't have access to an attorney. How would I know my lawful rights?
And on the warrant, I just want to let you know, we will
I
provide you a
don't
copy.
care.
Hold on, hold on. I
I'm-
let you speak. Can you let me speak? Is that possible?
You have a warrant. I should be able to speak to an attorney.
So we have a warrant. We're going to provide you the copy. That's part of that warrant, though. It says we
I
will-
can't interpret it.
Hold on. Part of the warrant, though,
Holy.
Regardless.
we're going to be taking a specimen of your blood
They cannot
to
without
analyze
an
blood
attorney.
concentration. Okay.
I don't know
But
that.
we don't want to have to like incur physical force and hurt you to take it.
You
that's
shouldn't
what we're trying
have
avoid.
to. I should be able
So
to.
are you? I understand that you don't agree with it. You want an
I
attorney,
don't
which
know.
I told you that.
I would like to talk to an attorney
and
first.
I told you that that's not going to happen right now. Okay, but
Why would it not?
Like he is so adamant on this attorney. I don't think he really knows what's going on. I don't think he really understands it. I don't think he really understands any of this. I think he's just saying stuff to say stuff right now. Look-y.
Not part of this process.
It is. You're telling
right to
me
an attorney, your right to attorney.
life,
present
liberty,
during,
pursuit of happiness.
Your right to an attorney during a police investigation would include having them present prior to any questioning. Okay, we're not.
You are
questioning
questioning me. You're questioning my blood.
No, we're taking the blood. That's why you applied for
You're
one.
taking it, so
it's
you
like-
can just
it's-
take
it's
whatever
similar.
the statement you want.
Mark continues to argue for several minutes,
Oh my
even demanding
God.
to read the document before finally complying and stepping into the hospital. But even inside, he makes his stance clear to the medical staff.
That's not legal.
He is still doing this crap, bro.
That's not legal.
We just showed you the warrant.
Bullshit. That's not
Oh
legal.
my
Where is it
God.
that I actually have
So
somebody who
you
represents me?
You absolutely have the ability to argue this in court, but not right now.
So I don't have the right to remain silent. I have no.
You can remain silent all you want,
legitimate right.
but you can't fight us to do this blood draw when it's issued on a warrant.
I'm
Okay?
saying you have no right to.
So, and I duly noted, and I understand that. I'm hearing that you're saying I don't have any right to do this. This is unlawful, but we are doing it because there's a warrant signed by a judge. You can argue that in court.
Can you tell this dude to let go of me?
All right, you're gonna walk with me? All right.
I don't want.
I won't touch you then, man. Mark, I'm not gonna touch you.
I don't trust you.
No, he's it's okay. I get
Why
it.
do you say it like that? Hold on.
I'm not gonna touch you.
I don't trust you.
I don't trust you. Why do you say it like that? Yo.
No, he's a good guy, man. It's okay. I get it. I'll walk with you.
I've been with him.
I'll walk with you.
Mark.
No, I just want to know my bail.
Okay, we can talk about that, but right now I need you to get out of the car, and if you need to get out of the car and not cause problems, and walk in this jail with me. Not a word with these guys.
Okay. Okay. He's getting somewhere. Yo.
I popped him. You popped him. We just pop with tasers. And
Oh my God.
I saw you.
I went like that far.
Yeah.
I went just like.
Stop it!
Like they're just casually talking about this. Well, casually. But like they seem like they were enjoying themselves at least now. At least now. Like they're excited to talk about it.
Stop! Okay?
I don't need the goddamn cops ripping this shit out.
I
I
cannot
don't
let you
know.
do that, so
He's
stop.
back to his crap now.
This is such a bunch of pussy bullshit. Like,
Well, then
who
just
the-
stop.
y'all are like, you have no f***ing balls anymore? Like, just rip the out.
Okay, legally, I cannot do that.
Well, then stop being a pussy. I'll rip it out myself. Here, rip it out. You shot it in, you pussy. Tear it out.
Back off.
Oh my
It
God.
didn't take me down, did it? Dude, second Italian fit Marines, you
Bro.
I don't need anybody to tear it out. Back off.
Ultimately, Mark was charged with felony, operating while intoxicated, 6th offense, vehicle fleeing eluding an officer, battery threat to an officer, operating with prohibited alcohol content, bail jumping ×3, misdemeanor resisting an officer, disorderly conduct. His cash bond was set at $50,000.
Oh my
Eventually,
God.
he was found guilty of operating while intoxicated, battery threat to an officer,
Yikes.
and vehicle fleeing eluding an
Ooh.
officer. Remaining charges
Yikes.
were dismissed. In the end, Mark was sentenced to 9 months in the county jail,
Okay.
18 months in state prison, 3 years of
Oh.
extended supervision, and 3 years
Wow.
of probation.
Wow.
Want to step up your style?
Okay. W video. I'll actually sub to them on this channel. Let's see. Now we're on most unlikely heroes in history, but I'm gonna take a little break real quick. I'm gonna take a break real quick. I'll be back in a moment, and then we'll get into this video. All right, I'm back. I'm back. So far, it's been pretty good. I haven't really listened to too much yet, but from what I've heard, it's pretty good. All right, all right. I went and got me a ice cream sandwich. So now were you there for that video? Were you watching? I can't tell. I can't tell. I can't tell on these things. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Did you enjoy the video from what you saw? Also, check messages, check Insta. My bad, my bad. Give me another, like, I say like 30 seconds to a minute. Give me another like 30 to a minute. All right. I'm back. I'm back. Time to get in to this video. Most unlikely heroes in history. Lock in, lock in, lock in.
Today, we're going over the most unlikely heroes in history. John Paul Jones. It's 1768 and disaster has struck the Scottish trading vessel John. On its way back to Scotland, the ship's captain and first mate both died of yellow fever, and now the crew have found themselves without a leader in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. With no one wanting to take charge, the crew votes for a 21-year-old sailor named John Paul to take command, and against all odds, the young man's able to bring the ship home. The owners of the ship, expecting a total loss, are amazed that their crew and cargo were saved by such a young man and give him his own ship to command as a reward.
Wow.
Seemingly overnight, John Paul's life had changed forever, but he would soon find out that being a captain was much harder than he expected. On just his second voyage, John Paul finds himself dealing with a mutiny against his crew over wages. Being so young and eager to assert his authority, he finds the leader of the group and begins flogging him as punishment.
Yo, that's crazy, bro. Just beating him? Just beating him?
grateful you even get paid what you get. And be grateful you even get paid what you get. And that goes the same for all of you. Sir, I think he's dead. Uh-oh. The leader of the mutiny wasn't actually dead, but he did die a few weeks later, which gets John Paul arrested for involvement in his death. He makes bail, but leaves Scotland to captain a London-registered trading ship and heads off to Tobago. But his old habits die hard, and the new crew mutinies against him, and this time he kills the leader of the rebellion with a sword. Now a murderer, John Paul abandons his ship and runs away to the American colonies and ends up in Virginia. There, he changes his name to John Paul Jones and decides to lay low.
Crap.
Though he always had believed he was destined for greatness, he had at last accepted this was probably not his fate. But everything changes in April of 1775 when British forces clash with rebel colonists at the Battle of Lexington, sparking the American War for Independence. There was no turning back from what was later called the shot heard round the world, and within a month, thousands of British troops pour into the colonies. The newly formed Continental Navy puts out calls for experienced sailors to join the fight to help defend the American coast, and former ship captain John Paul volunteers for service. Now, I think it's important to understand just what our guy John Paul Jones and the rest of the Continental Navy was up against. The colonies had a few dozen ships in their fleet, made up of mostly converted merchant and fishing vessels, and these men had the unenviable task of going up against the most powerful navy in the world, who had hundreds of warships at their disposal.
Oh, no. Oh, no. They are cooked, bro. They're cooked.
Trying to engage the British in a direct battle would have been instant death. So instead, the Continental Navy focuses on raiding merchant and supply ships, ports, and prisons. John Paul takes to this unconventional warfare like a duck to water, and he soon rises through the ranks, and by the end of 1776, he's made a captain with command of his own ship. But the ship John Paul is given is a sloop, and he's constantly passed over for command of the bigger, more powerful warships. He begins to make a stink about it, and eventually he gets so annoying that the higher-ups tell him to take his ship, the USS Ranger, to France to, quote, do things that help the American war effort. Basically, they were just trying to get rid of him. And so, on November 1st, 1777, with no clear orders and a chip on his shoulder, John Paul set sail for the Old World. Upon arrival in France, the captain meets Benjamin Franklin, who was serving as one of America's ambassadors. Franklin also initially found John Paul to be arrogant and kind of annoying, but over time, they became friends. John Paul was fearless and had bold plans on how to take the fight to the British, and soon he proved he was exactly what an underdog Continental Navy needed. And then, Benny, old boy, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna take the fight right to the British and attack their ports and terrorize their towns and... John Paul, are you okay? Must have eaten some heart attack gone bad. Let me get you a doctor. Looks like you're suffering from a case of, too much blood. I think... Welp, I can fix that. Have you ever found yourself in a new place and suddenly needing to find a doctor you can trust? Looks like John Paul could use a second opinion. But luckily for you, living in the future, finding a doctor has never been easy for a soup. They densely locked on. All right, time to take it to those British. Watch me cook, Benny.
Here we go.
In the first weeks of April 1778, the Ranger sinks 3 enemy ships and captures another in British waters. Then, against the objection of his entire crew, John Paul attempts to raid the critical British port of Whitehaven. Though the attack failed, the idea of Americans directly attacking the home island quickly spread fear and anger throughout Britain. The very next day after the failed raid, John Paul and his crew attempt to kidnap the Earl of Selkirk. They aren't successful here either, only managing to take some silverware, but just a few hours later, he attacks the HMS Drake, which was nearby. The 2 ships engage in a brutal hour-long gunfight, and in the end, John Paul and his crew are victorious and capture the ship. Most people would call it quits right there. But immediately after he secures the Drake, John Paul sails off and captures 2 more ships and sank a few smaller ones before the day was done. And I just have to point out that he did all of this in just 1 month. The Ranger and HMS Drake sail victoriously into the French port of Brest in early May to much excitement. The capture of the Drake turned the Ranger into a legendary ship amongst the Americans, and at the same time, John Paul's actions infuriated the British, who quickly classified him as a pirate. Against all odds, the unknown fugitive on the run had become a hero of the American Revolution, but his next battle would take him from a hero to a legend. Following the capture of the Drake,
I'm ready to see what this guy's about to do, Loki. I'm ready to see this. I'm ready to see this, bro. Type one if you're ready to see what he's about to do.
John Paul's given command of a converted merchant ship, which he names the Bonhomme Richard, the French translation of Poor Richard's Almanac, which was written by his good friend Benjamin Franklin. Franklin gives John Paul a fleet of ships to command, and unsurprisingly, given his now infamous lack of people skills, he immediately pisses off the captains of all the other ships.
Okay.
Particularly the captain of the USS Alliance hated John Paul so much that he refused to meet with him, stating that if they were together, they would be forced to kill each other. Nevertheless, John Paul takes the Bonhomme Richard and his unwilling fleet to harass British cargo ships in the North Sea, and on the evening of September 23rd, John Paul discovers a large merchant convoy off the eastern coast of England. Guarding the convoy was the brand new 44-gun HMS Serapis. John Paul immediately gives the order for his fleet to follow him in attacking the Serapis head-on, but the captain of the Alliance, who remember hated John Paul, refused, thinking it was a dumb idea, and instead splits off and targets the support ships. No matter, Jones was determined, and the Richard barrels headfirst towards the Serapis. As night falls, the two ships finally drift within firing range, and John Paul gives the signal to attack. Immediately, cannons aboard the Bonhomme Richard explode in a fiery fury, but not in the way John Paul wanted. See, wanting some bigger guns than the French had initially given him, John Paul had purchased some at a discount from a scrapyard. Well, turns out these cannons were in the scrapyard for a reason, and many of them exploded on their first use, killing many of John.
Oh my God, bro. What is this man's doing? Bro, you could have just kept what you got, bro.
John Paul's gunners. The Serapis, on the other hand, had no such issue and began unloading a heavy
Welcome in.
barrage into the now smoking Bonhomme Richard. Seeing his crew begin to panic, John Paul rushes to one of the few remaining cannons and begins desperately firing it at the British ship. He realizes that if things continue this way, they'll all be blown to bits. He needs to do something, and quick, so he shouts for his men to prepare to board and gives the command to ram the ship. The Bonhomme Richard crashes headfirst into the stern of the Serapis. The British captain, seeing the ravaged American ship up close, mockingly shouts, "Ha! Are you surrendering?" To which John Paul shouts back, "I have not yet begun to fight!" The ships detach, and again the Serapis unloads another lethal barrage into the Richard, punching massive holes below its waterline. The situation aboard the American ship turns desperate. The Richard is taking on water fast, and between shots of his own cannon and pistol, John Paul orders for another attempt to bring the ship within boarding range. Just when all hope looks lost for John Paul, rigging on the two ships become intertwined and they slam into each other broadside to broadside. Now unable to escape, the British fire their cannons directly into the Richard, blasting more holes through the sinking ship. John Paul sends his men up the masts with grape shot and grenades and orders them to begin picking off the British sailors on deck. The Americans are barely holding on when suddenly things get even worse. Cannon fire rings out in the distance and shells rock the Bonhomme Richard.
Would y'all survive this? Would y'all survive this in his place?
Fueled by an equal hatred of the British and John Paul, the captain of the USS Alliance had begun firing on both ships, trying to take two birds out with one stone. Things were now dire for the Americans as the British continued to fire on them, preventing them from boarding. But in the chaos, one of the sailors who John Paul had ordered up the mast crawls to the end of the yardarm unnoticed with a handful of grenades. As he peered down onto the deck of the Serapis, he spots a small hatch, and he begins to try to throw grenades into it. He misses on his first few attempts, but finally scores a direct hit. In the blink of an eye, a huge explosion erupts from every porthole and hatch on the British ship, and sailors are sent flying into the air as the Serapis catches on fire. The lucky grenade had ignited a gunpowder reserve and killed over 20 men, and in an instant, the outcome of the battle is now a toss-up. With both ships heavily damaged, the British and American sailors charge each other, and melee combat breaks out on both decks. The glint of swords and musket fire illuminate the battle for spectators watching from the shore. Under increasing pressure, some aboard John Paul's ship attempt to surrender, and according to some accounts, he shoots them for treason.
Yo.
The crews continue to fight for over an hour until the British captain finally breaks. He pulls down his ship's flag and steps aboard the Bonhomme Richard. He then walks to John Paul and
Get out of
personally
here.
delivers
Get out
it
of my
and
chat.
his sword and surrenders. Though the Bonhomme Richard was damaged beyond repair and sank the following day, John Paul Jones proved that the Continental Navy could challenge the best the British Navy had to offer. His victory in
You should have been quicker to it. You should have been quicker to it. You should have been quicker to that, man. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But still, make sure you keep an eye out for those kind of people.
inspired the French to increase their support to the struggling colonies, and when he returned to France, King Louis XVI made him a knight, and he was awarded a medal for his valiant service by the new American government. Though he died in relative obscurity, probably related to his piss-poor people skills, John Paul Jones is considered a hero in the U.S. today, and widely recognized as the father of the American Navy. Desmond Doss. It's the late 1920s in Lynchburg, Virginia, and a young boy named Desmond Doss and his family are finishing up a meal at his uncle's home. His father and uncle had begun discussing some boring topics, so Desmond leaves the table with his mom to go to the living room as the two men continue to drink together. The night goes on, and Desmond can hear the conversation in the dining room slowly becoming louder and more heated.
Oh no.
His father and uncle throw back more shots, and they begin slurring their words and shouting insults at each other. The argument between the two men becomes so loud that a neighbor had called the police, and soon the blare of sirens could be heard in the distance. Desmond and his mother walk into the dining room to tell the men to settle down. But as they step through the doorway, they watch in horror as his father slams his fist on the table, stands, and draws his pistol. Desmond watches as his father menacingly points his gun directly at his uncle as his mother bolts in between the two men. "The police are on their way," she says as she grabs the pistol from her husband's hand and tosses it to her son. "Hide that gun!" Desmond bolts out of the house and runs as fast as he can back home. He hides the gun and races back to his uncle's house just in time to see his father being arrested. As he watches the police load his father into a black paddy wagon, Desmond's mind races with thoughts. His mother had raised him as a strict Seventh-day Adventist, and he knew the Bible well. He thought of the story of Cain and Abel and realized that if his mother had not stepped in at that moment, his father would also have killed his own brother. How could anyone do that? The sixth commandment says, "Thou shalt not kill." In that moment, Desmond Doss swears he will never touch a gun again, a decision that would one day turn him into one of the most unlikeliest heroes in military history. December 7th, 1941 was a day that shocked the nation. The Empire of Japan launched a surprise attack on the U.S. naval base at Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, plunging the United States headfirst into World War II. In the days that followed the bombing of Pearl Harbor, young men across the United States rushed to enlist to join the war. Desmond at the time was working at a Navy shipyard and was offered a draft deferment, but he could not stand idly by and officially joined the U.S. Army on April 1st, 1942. But when he reported for duty, the commanding officers were shocked to find out that their newest recruit refused to carry a rifle due to his religion. Desmond applies to work as a combat medic, but wanting to get rid of him, the Army officially designated him as a conscientious objector, and they send him to join a rifle company thinking this would break him and make him quit on his own. At basic training, when his fellow soldiers find out the new guy won't carry a rifle, they conclude he was just trying to figure out a way to get out of the war, so they mocked him relentlessly. They threw boots at his head while he said his nightly prayers and threatened to shoot him themselves if they were ever deployed together. Things only got worse for Desmond when he insisted on observing the Sabbath on Saturdays and requested permission to attend church services on that day. This made everyone hate him even more, and many refused to eat with him, train with him, or even speak to him. The officers eventually gave up trying to make Desmond quit and reassigned him to the 77th Infantry Division as a combat medic. But unsurprisingly, the recruits there also hated him for the exact same reasons. They saw him as a liability, and after trying their own hand at bullying and standard methods of getting him out, a commanding officer who had taken extreme offense at Desmond's refusal to touch any weapon tries and fails to get him court-martialed for refusing orders. But as horrible an experience as basic training was, Desmond endures, and eventually he and the rest of his division are shipped out to fight in the Pacific Theater in March of 1944. Armed only with a Bible, Desmond would soon prove every man who had called him a coward dead wrong. The 77th Infantry Division lands on the shores of Guam in May, and immediately Desmond is given a close look at hell on earth. The Japanese attack without mercy, and American casualties quickly begin to pile up. As enemy bullets whizzed past and mortar shells exploded around him, Desmond ran headfirst into battle to treat fallen comrades and carry them to safety. Against orders, he begins crawling into no man's land at night, searching for the injured and dragging fellow soldiers back to camp, saving many of their lives. In engagements in Guam and the Philippines, Desmond again and again fearlessly charges into battle unarmed and brings back wounded soldiers to safety, and soon stories of his heroism spreads throughout the entire battalion. By the time he left Leyte, Desmond had earned 2 Bronze Stars
Type wanted this guy's toughest crop for this.
with a V device for exceptional valor. But as bad as the fighting had been so far, the 77th had no idea they would soon participate in one of the most bloody battles in World War II as they sailed toward the island of Okinawa. In May 1945, the Japanese troops were fiercely defending their last stronghold before their main islands. And as Desmond and his unit arrived, troops were fiercely defending their last stronghold before their main islands. And as Desmond and his unit arrived to relieve the 96th Infantry Battalion, they were greeted with trucks stacked to the brim with dead American soldiers. The mud on the battlefields was stained red from days of brutal combat, and these sights shocked the 77th as they proceeded to the area that had stalled the previous company's progress, a 300-foot escarpment that the Americans had nicknamed Hacksaw Ridge. The Japanese had spent years fortifying the cliff with an intricate network of tunnels, bunkers, and firing positions. Wave after wave of soldiers attempted to take the ridge, but were driven back nightly by the Japanese. Machine gun fire from the defenders was so intense that the rounds sawed men in half, and 8 company commanders died in less than 36 hours trying to take the escarpment. Soon it was Desmond's unit, Company B's turn to try to take the ridge. The 155 soldiers of Company B stormed up the escarpment and were greeted with heavy fire from the Japanese. After hours of fighting, the day was lost, and 55 soldiers managed to retreat down the cliff, with the rest either dead or too injured to make it down themselves. The survivors of the engagement look up from below and see a lone medic standing on the ridge. With bullets flying all around him, Desmond Doss charged into the battlefield and dragged men back to the cliff and lowered them down to safety. After lowering the wounded and seeing they had been taken by medics on the ground, Desmond silently prayed, "Please, Lord, just help me get one more," and rushed back into enemy fire to retrieve another fallen soldier.
This guy, bro.
Knowing the Japanese would torture anyone they found, Desmond refused to leave a single American soldier on that ridge, and over the span of 12 hours, he single-handedly rescued 75 men. The following day, a Saturday, the commanders asked Desmond if he'll be able to do his duty on the Sabbath. After some thought, he requested some time to read his Bible before they tried to take the ridge. The commanders and all the soldiers who had ridiculed him for months held up the assault and wait for Desmond to finish his prayers. When he was done, he gives his commander a nod, and the Americans begin their climb up the cliffs. By the end of the day, they held Hacksaw Ridge. A few days later, Desmond is injured in battle and loses his Bible in the process of being evacuated. When the soldiers of B Company find out, they risk their lives to search the battlefield and eventually return it to their medic. In August of 1945, the Japanese announced their surrender, and in October of the same year, Desmond Doss smiled for reporters on the lawn of the White House as he received the Congressional Medal of Honor from President Truman, the first conscientious objector to ever receive the award. Sergeant Stubby.
Okay, so there's an animal. There's an animal in this list of most unlikely heroes in history. Hold on, 1 second. 1 second. I'll be right back. One moment, please. One moment, please. I'm back. I'm back. Any good songs? Oh no, it was the same song. Was the song good? Was the song good? Or did you leave me muted or something? It was all right. I mean, it's better than it being bad. It's just my stream playlist. I just put a bunch of random songs in it just to have them. If you want to give me some more music to put in there, you can message me like a playlist. You can message me a playlist. No, whoever, anybody else cannot. Like anybody like watching this in the future. But yeah, if you want to send me a playlist, you can, and I'll add it to this one. All right. I guess we can get back into this video. We got about 5 minutes left. We're about to see this dog. This dog is the next one of Sergeant Stubby is the next unlikely hero. So I guess we'll get into it now. Let's see.
Stubby. It's July of 1917, and a stray Boston Terrier mutt is wandering around the campus of Yale University looking for something to eat. While sifting through some trash, he looks up and sees a group of soldiers marching in formation. Curious, he follows them to a military training camp that had been built on the school's football field. The dog wanders into camp and watches as the men go through their exercises. One of the soldiers notices him and walks over and pets him on the head. This was the first time the dog had ever been shown any kind of affection from a human, and so he begins to show up to the camp every day. And soon, a private named James Conroy notices the dog and starts calling him Stubby. Conroy starts feeding him, and eventually he and all the other soldiers in the unit adopt him as their pet. The soldiers teach him tricks, and he begins sleeping at the camp with them. In just a few short months, the dog went from roaming the streets to having a name, a family, and a home. But one chilly October morning, a nervous Private Conroy scoops Stubby up and quickly pulls him into his overcoat. Stubby doesn't know what's going on, and when Conroy finally lets him free, he finds himself on the deck of a huge ship. It turns out the soldiers who were training at Yale were now being deployed as one of the first National Guard units to fight in the Great War. On their way to Europe, Stubby is eventually discovered by the commanding officer aboard the ship. "Get rid of that filthy dog, Conroy." "But sir, he's one of us." "He is not."
Yo.
Okay, he can stay. Having won over the commanding officer, Stubby is officially made the regiment's mascot and allowed to freely travel with Private Conroy and the unit. The Americans arrive in France, and in February, they're sent to fight on the Western Front. Though things are initially quiet, everything changes in February of 1918, when the Germans begin to use chemical warfare on the American positions, and Stubby is nearly killed by a gas attack. Though he recovered, he never forgot the smell of the gas that almost did him in, and he would quickly become an early warning system for incoming gas attacks, barking at the first scent of danger. By March, the relative quiet Stubby and the American Expeditionary Force had enjoyed was completely shattered as the Germans launched their spring offensive. Shells begin raining down on the Americans, and firefights break out day and night. As he watches Conroy fire his rifle, Stubby hears loud whistling overhead. He looks around at his fellow soldiers, but they don't seem to hear anything in the chaos. He jumps up, barking at Conroy, biting his leg and pulling him towards cover. Stubby runs to the next soldier and continues pulling people towards shelter until all of the unit realize what he's doing. Artillery shells soon rained down all around them. Stubby had saved their lives. A first for the brave dog, but definitely not the last. By April, the Americans have the Germans on the run, and Stubby follows Conroy into no man's land as the Americans push towards the enemy lines. But as they advance forward, a retreating German soldier throws a grenade that finds its way right next to their position. It explodes near Stubby, and shrapnel digs deep into his legs and chest. Conroy frantically
bro.
rushes Stubby to the field hospital where the doctors are able to save his life. While recovering from his wounds, he wandered the field hospital, visiting fellow soldiers, performing the tricks they taught him to cheer them up. Soon, Stubby returns to the front lines, and he quickly begins demonstrating a new skill of finding wounded soldiers and barking to bring medics to treat them. Night after night, he runs out into danger and helps to find and rescue dozens of wounded soldiers. One night, as Stubby was heading out to search for more wounded, he runs into a man he had never seen before in the American trenches. The man begins trying to call to Stubby, but he steps back and begins barking and snarling at the stranger. His hair stands up on his neck and he bares his teeth. Nearby soldiers hear him and walk over to check out what's going on. In an instant, the man turns to run. Stubby leaps forward, sinking his teeth into his leg and knocking him face down into the thick mud. The American soldiers arrive and find an iron cross pin on the stranger. Stubby had single-handedly found and captured a German spy. For this, the command officer nominates Stubby for the rank of sergeant, which everyone begins calling him, but he never officially receives the rank because, well, he was a dog. When some local French women hear about the hero dog's exploits, they knit him a small uniform, which he wears proudly. Conroy pins his rank and 2 wound stripes onto the jacket, along with a French campaign medal and the Iron Cross taken from the German spy he'd captured. Stubby would fight alongside Private Conroy and the rest of the American Expeditionary Force until the end of the war, and against all odds, the pair would survive the conflict and make it back to the States where they were welcomed as heroes.
Wow.
Stubby would go on to meet 3 U.S. presidents and go down in history as the most decorated American animal in World War I. After the war, Stubby lived out the rest of his life with Conroy and went with him to law school at Georgetown University, where he became the football.
This dog is one of the toughest dogs I've ever seen. Low key. Like this dog is like really tough.
Team's mascot. As if he already hadn't accomplished enough in his short life, during halftime breaks at home games, Stubby would rush out onto the field and nudge a football around to entertain fans, creating one of the first ever documented halftime shows in history. All in all, not too bad for a stray mutt from
Connecticut. I heard that enough. W video. I'm probably not even gonna make it to these last 3 videos, Loki. I might start the gaming segment now. Me. What'd you say? Bro has not me? I think you tried saying something else. I can't tell. Bro. Okay, reset it, cause I just don't get what you're saying. You gotta reset it. I'm just trying to understand here. Oh, are you saying you're the toughest dog? I'll get some music going. Actually, let's switch to this scene. I'll get some music going. I'll switch the song since you said you didn't like this one that much, or you said it was all right. Let's see. I'm gonna look for a song I want to listen to. Let's see. Let me scroll up a little more. Hold up. There we go. Okay. Would you rather do a Marvel Rivals segment or do a Fortnite segment? Both are fine. I don't really care which one. So I'll save these 3 videos: the Moist Critical, Tommy NFG, and the Technoblade video. But would you take Marvel Rivals segment or a Fortnite segment? Either way, you're joining as a feature here. Hold up. That. So you want to just call? I think I have to set up another audio for this, but it's gonna look a little weird for a second. Hold up. I gotta. Okay. Actually, it's fine. It's fine. I'll have music play throughout this segment. I'll have music play. Yo, we are not doing that. We are not doing that one. We're fine on that. I think that's Yo, why are you agreeing? Is there? Hold up. We're not getting that camera. We're not getting the Buns Goon cam. Is music good though? Is music good? Is it loud enough? Is it loud enough? Bro said, why not? Answer the question. Is the okay? It's good. It's good. All right. Thanks. I haven't played this season. All right. I don't got high vibes, man. Is it frozen? Why is it frozen? Hold up. Game's frozen. Game's frozen on stream only. Hold up. Hold up. But nah, I don't got high vibes yet. I'm not Jinxie. Maybe. Hold up. Come on. Why is it frozen? Yo. I'm loading shaders now, so I'll just leave it here for a little bit until this is done. Uh, who are y'all playing in Rivals right now? Let me switch stream category real quick too. Well, I mean, who are you playing? Who are you playing? And like, who's your main? Oh, you're. Oh yeah, I remember you saying something about that. That's pretty tough. Yeah, I also play mostly tanks. I'll play some support though if I gotta. Like support's it's not a big deal for me to play some Jeff or let me go look. Let me go look at my strike squad. Yeah, because I'll normally play Thor. I was practicing White Fox last time I played, but I played Thor. I played Jeff. I play Iron Fist. That's a very unlikely one, but I will. Let's try this one more time really quick. I mean, I should have probably tried this out prior, but it's fine. It's fine. Let's... Bro. Dang it, man. This sucks. This is a bad predicament. I'm gonna probably have to do a quick restart really quick. Because Marvel Rivals needs OBS to be open in administrator mode. So I'll have to end stream really quick, but I'll be back. If I was lagging, it's because Marvel Rivals was loading still is loading shaders. So if it feels a little laggy or felt a little laggy, that's why, and I apologize. But yeah, I'll have to restart. I'll have to restart stream, but I'll be back. It'll only be like a second, so I'm just warning you now. I'll be right back. All right.